This presentation is a part of the Association Data Analytics Brown Bag. Today we'll be discussing what are analytics. As associations, we face increased competition from for-profit companies and open access to technical materials. And as we expand to new markets around the world, data analytics becomes increasingly important for ensuring that we stay on top of our current markets and are able to see trends in new ones. We're going to look today at what are data analytics, with the goals of introducing the subject of data analytics for associations, discussing what phase of analytics integration our organizations are in, and how this affects our decision-making activities. One of the takeaways that I have for this is to gain an understanding of the phase that we're in and how and whether we should develop into other phases. So to start us off, let's define data analytics as integrating data patterns, visualization, and/or mathematical and statistical models into organizational decision-making processes. Part of data analytics is the process by which we conduct our analytics. There's a great book for executives who are looking to integrate data analytics into their business. It's called Keeping Up with the Quants. Although written for business, it converts very well into the association environment. They describe a three-stage, six-step process for conducting data analytics. Stage 1, framing the problem. This is where we define the question to be answered and the decisions that we need to make based on the findings. Within this stage, we recognize the problem and review the data or reports that we already have lying around. Our associations have been producing reports for a while. Take a look at those and see what the trends, issues, or situations others have seen. Or you can look outside of your own association to see if others have run into this issue before. Stage 2, solving the problem. Here's where we start defining the variables that go into our model, or choose the indicators we want to look at. We collect our data and do the analysis. Of course, the steps here are modeling, data collection, and data analysis. Stage 3, communicating and acting on the results. During this stage, we present our results in a way that is compelling to our board members or our C-suite executives, or just those people in our department. The two steps are presenting the results and acting on them. We might look at the types of data analytics in terms of levels of complexity. We start by reporting, simply looking at what happened. We can then analyze our data, trying to understand why it happened. Are there correlations? Is there some sort of causation? Did our members in Russia decrease participation in our organization after the US put sanctions on them? If reporting and analysis look backwards, the dashboards look at what's happening at this very moment. They give us near real-time information. With predictive models, we start to look forward. Who is going to drop their membership? Who will come to our next event? Who is likely to read an article on a particular subject? How much money will our annual conference make this year in Denver? What if scenarios? Take the questions we asked in predictive modeling and let us play with them to make better decisions. If I raise prices to X dollars, who will drop their membership? Who will come to our next event if it's on topic Y? Who will read an article on a particular subject if it's posted on a Tuesday? How much money will we make if we move our annual conference to Dallas rather than Denver? Prescriptive modeling is the gold standard. In prescriptive modeling, The model not only tells us how our members or events attendees will behave, but it looks at the what-if scenarios and tells us what we should do. It's possible that these could then be used in automated decision-making. In my opinion, there are three phases of analytics integration. The early phase, which is usually done with data-savvy and interested managers. The middle phases, in which more managers become interested in data analytics. And the late phase, in which data analytics is used broadly across the organization. During the early phase, reporting becomes integrated into departmental work, which might include monitoring membership recruitment rates and retention rates, including first and second year, and revenue by membership type. The organization starts developing the use of visualizations, line graphs, bar graphs, sum maps. Data during this period doesn't change rapidly, most likely yearly or monthly, but not daily. Only a few motivated managers are involved in data-driven decision-making during this phase. These managers will assess trends and averages. They might start using A/B testing. Data during this period is highly siloed, with data for each department being held by that department. The middle phase adds some complexity. The organization starts to integrate web analytics, use geospatial data, develop dashboards, and share data across some departments. The number of managers and departments involved in data-driven decision-making grows. The association starts conducting regressions to predict participation of members in conferences and revenue from events. At this point, the association begins segmenting their marketing based on probabilities of members being interested in initiatives. The organization also starts looking more into their data governance to improve their analytics. During the late phase of analytics integration, associations start adding data analytics to their strategies and business planning. The data is shared through the organization, and managers use modeling to understand and plan. In this phase, decision-making will often integrate machine learning to predict member or customer behavior and to prescribe solutions. Events departments will begin running what-if scenarios, and very late in the phase, will start using prescriptive analytics to promote to members when they log into a digital experience. In the last part of this phase, the association's interface with members will look a lot more like Netflix or Amazon, in which members are provided information and options tailored to them. And most importantly, during this last phase, managers begin approaching data analytics groups to help understand challenges. I'm not sure any of us are in the later stages of this phase yet, but I envision that we will be in 5 to 10 years.